Honor, my client has ties to the community. No record. We request she be released on a
Your Honor, if we could.
Order.
This is an urgent police matter. We need to question Counselor Mayer.
We're in the middle of an arraignment.
I
Captain
understand that.
Donald Cragen, SVU. Your Honor, Counselor Mayer may have information about a suspect who's holding an NYPD detective hostage.
In New York City, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. These are their stories.
Hey guys, welcome to Munch My Benson. My name is Adam. I'm here in New York. It's now very, very late on Monday night, Tuesday morning. I'm joined on the line by Josh. We just finished recording last week's episode, so I think we're both rearing to go to get to the thrilling finale of the William Lewis, at least part one saga. But Josh, before we jump in, you got anything new to talk about that we didn't discuss last week?
Sure. I watched Drive My Car.
Okay, nice.
Which was very good. Mm-hmm. Slow.
Yep.
But good. So if you're into slow Japanese movies,
nice,
wherein a guy is getting driven around Hiroshima while listening to tape of his wife performing the non-Uncle Vanya dialogue in Uncle Vanya.
Interesting.
And leaving the blanks for where he would be performing it. Yeah, this is the movie for you then.
Yeah, that sounds great to me.
It is. It's very good, but it's slow. It is slow.
Yeah.
You know, we watched The Thin Man for Chick Lit at the Movies.
Yeah.
Which that episode will have been out for probably like a month at this point when this episode drops. But go back and check that out. That was really fun. Yeah. And that movie is fantastic. If you've not seen The Thin Man, it's
really delightful. This was the first time I'd watched it, and I watch a lot of movies, but there's so many movies, it's hard to catch all of them. But this one, it was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Picture, and it deservedly so. It really was a fantastic movie. It really holds up. It's from 1934, but the humor seems very relevant, very current. It's not,
and it's pre-code, so it's a lot more ribald than even a movie the next year would be. You know, it's sort of in this weird sweet spot where if you know much about cinematic history, the Hays Code comes in 1930, latter half of 1934 actually. Yeah. But the Hays Code comes in and it heavily censors what filmmakers can do.
Yeah. They censored themselves. It's a really bizarre thing, but if you hear about Hollywood liberals, it's oftentimes a lie, because Hollywood as an industry has often been the most right-wing reactionary sector in fucking American, at least in American communications.
It's where Reagan came from.
Exactly. But so it's beautiful movie. Really, the acting is top notch. There's a great dog in it, like all-time dog in it.
Yeah, all-time dog. Like Mount Rushmore of dogs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Skippy, who's playing Asta.
Just fantastic, and it's funny. It's fun. It's
so
also
funny.
A good mystery. It's adapted from a Dashiell Hammett story, so it's like a good mystery that's adapted in kind of the most delightful way. I loved it.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that. Now, Josh watching that slow Japanese movie where they drive around Hiroshima makes me want to watch one of my favorite films, Hiroshima Mon Amour, which is a delightfully kind of strange French movie adapted from a Marguerite Duras novel, who is a very strange French writer. But it's a delightful film. It's about love and kind of with this scepter of the apocalypse over it. Alain Resnais, that's who his name is, and I should know.
Oh, sure.
It was a good French new wave director. But anyways, great film. Very arty.
Did he do Night and Fog? Wasn't that him also?
I think so. Let's look up his filmography. I'm looking it up.
That was the sort of famous documentary where he goes into Dachau or Auschwitz or one of the concentration camps.
He did Muriel. That's one that I know. Last Year at Marienbad, which is easily one of the weirdest films that's ever been made. He did do Night and Fog. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought so.
If you want to upset your date, show them Last Year at Marienbad.
I think we can all assume that Adam is speaking from experience.
No. So anyways, guys, I think we can start talking about this episode because this episode, if you've seen this one, if you like looked at what we were watching and watched this, you're not gonna have the warm and fuzzies because this is about as bleak as this show, really, as any network show gets.
Josh is shaking his head no for the non-video watchers.
Yeah.
By the way, subscribe to our Patreon. You can watch the videos of this. BT Dubs, what you drinking now, buddy?
So, Josh, I'm still nursing that 9.5% triple that I started last time. It doesn't taste like it's very strong, but it sure hits you strongly.
Yeah.
And I just refilled a green tea, so I'm still doing that. How about yourself?
I chose two things that are not really complementary to one another because I don't have much beer left and I didn't want to just drink the other thing that I'm drinking. But I've got an Indeed Brewing Company, which is local. Mm-hmm. They're Lucy Session Sour.
Okay, yeah.
And I've got this. It's the less expensive Oban, the Little Bay.
Ah, nice. Cool.
Yep. So, more in the, mid 40s or low 50s price range versus, $70 to $80.
Yeah, an accessible price range. It's not it's
still not cheap, but yeah.
It's not like when I walk into my liquor store and I see the Japanese liquors and I go, oh man, I really want to get into Japanese whiskey. And then I see that the bottle costs $600.
Oh, fuck yeah. The really expensive ones. Yeah.
Not this week. Yeah, that sounds nice, man. But yeah, so guys, in honor of Josh's nice glass of scotch, we are watching a pretty disturbing episode of television.
My scotch has nothing to do with this, Adam. Don't blame my scotch for what we're about to, or for what the randomizer just did to everybody.
Well, so obviously since last week we watched part 1 of the William Lewis saga, this week we have to watch part 2, which is Surrender Benson. It's season 15, episode 1. Now, if you're watching it after we do this, Hulu kind of kept a very bizarre thing that NBC did, and that is NBC gave SVU a kind of double slot. So they gave them 2 hours. And
presumably thinking that they would turn this into something much like they did the season before.
Yeah.
They were ending season 13 and going into season 14 with Rhodium Knights, which we've already covered.
Yes.
In a 3-part episode arc thing.
Yeah, and since Lewis comes back, 3 more episodes after this one, it is understandable that they would have maybe, I don't know, condensed that or done something different. But no, that's not what happens. And Hulu kept this going, and there is a sharp turn at there's a card that comes up that says 2 months later. But it's if you're not looking for it, it's kind of hard to miss because it still like follows Liv through talking with her therapist for a few more minutes after that, and then it is not anything about William Lewis. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this, because we will stop when the episode was supposed to have stopped, or at least when the hour would have been up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But with that out of the way, let's get to this thing, man. This is kind of a lot of words here, so just going to warn you guys. After being treated to a short review of the events of last week's episode, we open scene into Olivia Benson's worst nightmare. She's on the ground, bound to a tipped-over chair in her apartment with duct tape covering her mouth. She has just regained consciousness, only to hear the voice of her tormentor, William Lewis, taunting her. We see the trademark chaos left in every space he inhabits. Liv's personal effects are broken and scattered throughout the room. Cigarette butts mingle with the broken glass of her few treasured photographs. He tips up her chair so she is sitting upright and shoves a bottle of whiskey in the barrel of her own handgun in her face. His offer of a drink is in actuality a demand. So is his request that she not scream when he takes the tape off her mouth. She doesn't. Instead, she spits a thick, bloody loogie into his face, then turns his psychodrama back on him by demanding he shoot her. He smiles and lewdly licks the spit off his face as he tells her he needs to do a lot more horrible shit to Liv and God knows who else before that happens.
It's so lewd.
Just then, Liv's phone rings. It's boyfriend Brian Cassidy, leaving her a message that he's blowing off date night since he caught another double shift at the Bronx courthouse. Liv pleads for her life, telling Lewis that Cassidy will be on his way shortly, and if he lets her go, she'll let him go and make up lies to cover her injuries. He doesn't buy her bargaining, then plays Cassidy's voicemail, ensuring that no one will be checking in on her. She keeps pleading until he pistol whips her with the handle of the pistol, and the credits roll. Back at the precinct, everyone is having a pleasant morning, unaware of the hell Detective Benson is living through. Munch successfully big leads Amaro into overpaying for burnt coffee before Cassidy wanders in with a bouquet of bodega flowers to apologize for standing Liv up. I'm just going to say I'm really impressed at myself for getting that in one take, Josh. He didn't realize Cragen had given her time off, and when he tells the squad he'd left several messages that had gone unanswered, everyone begins to worry, so Cragen sends Finn and Rollins over to Liv's to check in. There they find a pile of unread mail outside her door, and getting no reply to their knocks, they take the door off the hinges and find the awful scene inside. Liv and Lewis apparently left out the window, and the blood is all over the ground. The keys on the stove and the smell of burnt flesh mean that if Liv is alive, she's not in great shape, and the team really needs to get their shit together and find them quick. Taro gets a location on Liv's phone in Bushwick at Lewis's halfway house. Amaro throws a little light brutality on Lewis's coat-fucking roommate before Finn dials her number, which elicits a ring from within the befucked coat. The roommate confesses that Lewis took his aunt's Lincoln yesterday so that he could pick up his lawyer, Vanessa Meyer. Rollins and Cragen court crash Meyer's latest case in an attempt to get information. Since she's, at this point, deep under Lewis's witchcraft, she angrily asserts that SVU does have a vendetta against her client. Lewis couldn't have held Liv hostage and destroyed her apartment since she's been with Meyer all day yesterday. They'd driven out to Long Island so that he could see the beach and clear his head. Since Meyer needed to get back to the city, Lewis left her at the Long Island Railroad station after they ate dinner at her parents' house in Bellport. Cut to a line of Suffolk County PD cars pulling into an upscale suburban driveway with a crappy old Lincoln parked in it. Amongst the blood in the Lincoln's trunk, Finn finds Liv's necklace, possibly a sign left for them to know she's still alive. Amaro and Rollins take the door and find Meyer's father dead on the kitchen floor and her mother tied up in classic Lewis fashion in the bedroom closet. She's alive, but barely, and she tells Rollins how Lewis forced Benson to watch him rape her repeatedly. Lewis stole the mayor's SUV, and next we see them, he's just getting back from a foraging mission to a hardware store where he bought a whole new set of torture implements, including vodka and a blowtorch. Liv is desperately thirsty due to at least 2 days of drugs and torture, and he offers her water if she'll drink the vodka too. He forces a lot of liquor down her throat, then gives her the merest sip of water before he pours the rest out on the ground. He then replaces the duct tape and evilly kisses her over the tape. Back at the precinct, the team analyzes the patterns they've learned from Lewis's history. While he doesn't plan his attacks, they do follow distinctive patterns. Lewis is most likely searching for an uninhabited beach house on Long Island somewhere. Of course, as Cassidy points out, there's a shitload of beach houses on Long Island. Lewis is singing along to classic country radio with Liv under a tarp on the floor of the back seat of the mayor's car when the blue and red lights of a squad car light up behind them. The very young cop tells Lewis that he ran a red light and asks for license and registration. He then spots the vodka bottle and starts looking around the car. Lewis ends this real fast by throat punching the unsuspecting rookie, placing him in a headlock and firing a round through his temple. The next morning, SVU and Suffolk PD are all over the crime scene. After murdering the cop, Lewis used his squad car to pull over a white minivan, which he also stole. Next, we see Lewis pulling into the driveway of a gorgeous and empty Hamptons beach house. He handcuffs Liv to an old wrought iron bed frame and leaves to ditch the van. He returns to find Liv struggling to escape from the bed. He begins to wax poetic about the tortures he is about to visit upon Liv, then starts cutting the duct tape off her as a prelude to the main event, which is soon to come. She tries to bargain with him once more, claiming that unlike any of his other victims, she understands him and is uniquely capable of pleasing him. This eventually angers him enough that he raises the pistol to her face, where she then pleads for her life. Just then, there's a knock at the door. It's the cleaning lady and her young daughter. As Lewis performs his radically creepy act for the maid, Liv fights for her life against her restraints. Amaro and Finn find the white minivan in a random driveway, but inside the house they find nothing but perfectly consensual sex acts going on, so the tension is really ratcheting up. Lewis returns to Liv to tell her he's taken the maid and her daughter captive. Liv tells Lewis that he's incapable of maintaining an erection for a real woman, and he can only get hard when he's preying on weak elderly women or children. He loosens his belt buckle and tells her the time has come. Her work on the bed frame has finally paid off, though, and the bar she's locked to breaks free into her hands. She doesn't hesitate 1 second and starts beating the crap out of Lewis. She hits him across the face and arms, then grabs the pistol he'd been wielding. Then he lunges for her. She really should have just squeezed the trigger at this point. But instead, she smacks him in the face with the butt of the gun and locks him to the bed. Liv frees the maid and tells her that if the police learn she's there, they'll deport her, which is not true but has the effect of buying her time. For what, you might ask? Well, St. Olivia Benson wants some time with her quarry. She paces back and forth in front of the unconscious Lewis, debating which horror she wants to visit upon him. Then Lewis wakes up and starts berating her, telling her she's too weak and pathetic to kill him. He then tells her the William Lewis origin story, which is as gross and awful as you'd expect. They go back and forth, with Liv struggling to maintain her moral superiority while Lewis tries to talk her into the darkness. Finally, she snaps. She grabs the iron bed from the bed frame and starts brutally beating Lewis while tears stream down her face. Guys, this is about as brutal as network television gets right here. It's pretty fucked up.
This whole episode.
Yeah, it's really brutal. Later, Amaro leads Liv out of the house into a welcome mob of police. Lewis has somehow survived the beating. At an interview with IAB, Liv explains her actions. She claims that Lewis lunged at her after she'd restrained him, forcing her to take action. The investigator accepts her statement with a nod, and Cragen explains that the whole department considers her a hero. He tells her it's time to take a needed vacation in a hotel for as long as it takes to recover her physical and mental strength. Cassidy arrives to escort her out of the building, and she walks silently past her upset colleagues. In Cassidy's bathroom, she tearfully cuts her hair short before we see her first of many sessions with Dr. Peter Lindstrom. It's going to take a long time for our heroine to recover from this one, guys, so of course we are left with a... Damn, there should have been a wicked poignant Dick Wolf here, but instead we see 2 months later on screen and are thrust into a weird missing persons case, which we'll cover next week, non-Dick Wolf. Dick Wolf. It's a very strange way to end this, of all episodes, this episode.
I mean, the second time they pull this with William Lewis, it's also weird.
Yeah. But I mean,
that's at least still like spiritually connected to this.
Yeah.
The next half has nothing to do with this. Other than it has the same characters in it, basically, except for, William Lewis and all that. But
yeah.
the main cast persists. Whatever.
So, obviously, there's not very many guest stars to talk
Virtually
about.
none.
Yes.
It's delightful for me.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot less work to do for this episode. So we have talked about Lauren Ambrose and Robin DeJesus, who are playing Vanessa Meyer, his attorney, and Jose Silva, the
coat
roomie
fucker
at the halfway house, the fur fucker. We talked about them last week. We talked about Pablo Schreiber back in Munch by Benson episode 89. They're so balls deep in starting their affair that Benson's able to slip their tail with no resistance, wherein we were discussing season 15, episode 20, Beast's Obsession, the conclusion of William Lewis.
Yeah.
Though not the conclusion of the arc.
No.
We talked about Bill Irwin, who's playing Dr. Peter Lindstrom in the sort of final scene before we get the 2 months later flash forward. We talked about him back in Munch My Benson episode 88. They blackfaced the Unabomber, wherein we were discussing season 15, episode 3, American Tragedy. Mm-hmm. And lastly, we have talked about Brian Keene, who's playing the clerk at the hardware store.
I thought he looked familiar.
We talked about him in Munch My Benson episode 72, I Went to College, I Have a Skill, where we're talking about season 19, episode 24, Remember Me Too, where he was playing Pamela's doctor, Peter Stone's sister, who he's the doctor at that facility, and where the fucking kill squad rolls through the hospital, bizarrely. This is actually the third time we've seen him, and he's played 3 different characters. So,
Brain melter. Yeah, nice. Yeah. Finally.
As if that wasn't enough, the first actor I'm going to talk about is Susan Pellegrino, who's playing Mrs. Meyer, Vanessa Meyer's mother, who is the victim found strung up in the closet with a dead husband on the floor in the kitchen. Back in the kitchen at his house. She's at a different house, if I remember correctly.
She's in the she's in the
she's in the closet, but isn't that at a second location? Didn't he take her to another location and do that?
No, I thought it was just in the bedroom, because I think they were just continuing to search the house and they found her in the bedroom.
I thought he took that to. No. I thought that's where he took their car to later.
No. Because the next time we see him, he's at the hardware store with that car. So we don't actually see him in the car until he's at the hardware store, and then that car, that car ends up the end of that car is when he's shooting the cop in the head.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I've only watched this episode once.
Yeah.
So.
No, she's in the bedroom closet.
Okay. No, yeah, I know she's in the closet. That's you don't forget that part.
No,
we saw her as Dr. Barrett back in Munch My Benson episode 35, 10 hours of bone sessions to get to the bone session.
Yeah, dude.
Where we were talking about season 3, episode 17, Surveillance. So again, brain melter.
Yeah.
Susan Pellegrino was born in Baltimore. Obviously, this is the second time we've seen her, and she's in 2 more SVUs, 2 episodes of the original series, and 1 episode of Trial by Jury. She's been acting on Broadway since at least the early 90s. Per her LinkedIn, she's studied at City College of San Francisco, San Francisco State College, and the American Conservatory Theater of San Francisco, which we've talked about at length. Next up, we've got Keisha Lewis, who's playing arraignment judge Constance Copeland. We've seen her once before in this role, and we'll see her 2 more times. She's been in 1 episode of the original series and 1 episode of the Cabot spinoff Conviction, where she played a different judge. She was main cast in the reboot season of Mad About You.
Man.
Yeah, there was a reboot.
Hollywood is fully
I've
run out
actually
of
seen
ideas.
most of it. She also had recurring parts on The Passage, Wu-Tang, An American Saga, and The Blacklist. She's in 10 episodes of The Blacklist pretty recently, like last year or so.
Nice.
Next up, got Zach Appleman, who's playing Officer Jimmy Hamilton, the one who pulls them over for running a flashing red stop sign in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, the one with whom I've got problems about how his head was blown off his body.
Oh, yeah, trust me, I've got the note. So he was born and raised in Palo Alto. He has a black belt in karate. He's got a BFA in acting from UC Santa Barbara and an MFA in acting from the Yale School of Drama. He started out in regional theater before working on stage in New York, maybe most notably as Sergeant Fine in Warhorse on Broadway. He's been in the films Kill Your Darlings, Julie Taymor's A Midsummer Night's Dream, Complete Unknown, and Like Father. And he appears as a different character again in episode 7 of season 18, Next Chapter, which we have not talked about yet. He was main cast in the last season of Sleepy Hollow, which pretty much right after this. Yeah. And then he had recurring roles on Beauty and the Beast, which featured Adam's new favorite person, Kristen Kroik, who was one of the Nexium girls, the one who played Lana in Smallville.
Yeah.
He also had recurring roles in Chicago PD and God Friended Me. Lastly, and this is a kind of weird one, but we've got Corey Patrick, who's playing the EMT. He only has 8 acting credits, and most of them are one-off TV parts. But since 2016, he's been in the locations department on SVU, mostly as a assistant location manager.
Nice.
So, yeah. So he's actually probably getting paid way better doing this than he would have been, as a one-off actor on TV shows.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, you if you get cast into, you'll make some okay money, but this is at least steady income. So, and assistant location manager is a union job.
Yeah.
So you'd get paid pretty well.
He's around at all the locations that Max and I go to. So
you've honestly probably seen him
like a dozen times.
But yeah, that's all I've got. I don't know if you have anyone else.
I don't have anybody else to talk about because we talked about all these people already. So I'm going to close that browser
Feels
window.
Good, right?
Oh, I love it. I love doing that. So obviously there's like a lot of horrible shit that happens in this one. I don't know how much I really want to get into the horrors because...
Yeah, I kind of don't want to discuss much of it, and I can see all of my notes on one screen.
Yeah.
So I feel like this part's going to be relatively quick.
You'd think that, but
Oh, yeah, but you found a way to make it.
I have two weird digressions. Well, 3 if you include the bullet into that cop's head. The first one, so when they're at this station house, when they're at the precinct, right, after credits roll, and everyone's having a nice
coffee?
day. The coffee. We have the coffee talk. So Amaro hasn't been holding up his end of the coffee program.
Yeah, he's not been putting money into the coffee fund, and because he only drinks coffee if he's paying for it, and he's not drinking that shit.
Yeah, and Munch shakes him down for $30. And what coffee are you putting just on those, kind of like old ass carafes that are sitting on a hot plate all day long?
Those old bun machines.
Yeah. I mean, they're fine if you're brewing Folgers in them and all you want is to drink Folgers. But it's like don't shake me down for $30, Munch, if you're just getting a tub of Folgers. I know.
Now, I feel like we need to lay the groundwork and say for someone who hasn't heard before, you're not a pour over, you're not like a crazy pour over coffee snob.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. I would gladly drink.
I just want to establish that for everybody
else.
I
mean, I like the whole range of what the bean produces. I will drink a filthy Robusto if I have to, and I'll enjoy it. But I will also,
I won't enjoy that.
I will.
I'm honestly probably more of a coffee snob than you, but I won't. I hate pour over so much.
Oh, pour over
as like a commercial thing. I don't mind doing it in my in my home, but as a commercial venture, I think pour over is a fucking nonsensical.
Well, honestly, as somebody who worked in a coffee shop for at least a decade or so,
I worked in coffee shops for 9 or 10 years.
I can't go get coffee at coffee shops. I make coffee at home. I have a variety of ways to do it. Some of them I take time and effort and I do a good job. Other ones I'm quick and dirty with. But if I go pay $5 for an Americano, like an 8-ounce Americano, it makes me want to kill myself because I used to drink 10 of those a day for free.
Sure, yeah.
That was my God-given right. So anyways, the slight digression, because that's not even where my digression was. It's after that. After that, Finn and Rollins walk in, and Finn says, "Captain, Pizza Boy folded like a slice." And because he had presumably been coming back from a case. And I found it just to be the most delightful one-off line. Pizza Boy folded like a slice. I really want to watch the episode about Pizza Boy.
Yeah, because that's just a flasher.
I have so many... maybe it is. I think it might be a non-consensual remake of Loverboy, Josh, which sent me down quite the rabbit hole. Because then I was thinking to myself, was the sex in Loverboy consensual? If you guys don't remember the 1989 Patrick Dempsey star vehicle Loverboy... starring McDreamy. Yeah. in it, a young Patrick Dempsey is basically ordered.
A comely Patrick Dempsey
is ordered to have sex with older housewives,
if you will.
Yeah, cougars, MILFs, cougars.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah. Is if they order anchovies. That's essentially
extra anchovies. It's extra anchovies is the code word.
Yeah, extra anchovies
is a signifier that he is meant to pleasure them.
So William Lewis, he ruins people's houses, right? This is what he does. He just goes apeshit and
he's a house trasher.
Yeah. Why he tips Liv's couch on end? It seems like a lot of work to tip a big couch on end.
Maybe he needed the
floor space.
No, the metal off of the cushion, like the thing that he might have needed the sort of metal springs from the structure of the couch.
Yeah, because I mean, we all know Liv would not have metal coat hangers in her house.
No wire coat hangers.
Yeah,
she learned from Mommy Dearest.
Yeah,
man, that wiping the spit off of his face and licking it
so
was
gross,
so foul.
One of the grossest things in this episode, of which there are a lot of gross things, but this might be the grossest because she's bleeding from her nose because he's clocked her in the face, which happened before we saw it, and she just
he clocked her with a gun. With a butt.
But it's just gun. Like this thick loogie that she spits all over him, and I don't know if that was just an ad-lib choice, but it was a disgusting one.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet that was. I bet they teamed up and thought of that together.
Yeah, she was like, "Pablo, you mind if I spit on your face?" And he's like, "Do I mind? Not at all.
If I can lick it."
So this is going to bring me to my second weird digression.
Wow, we're really getting these out of the way, huh?
Yeah, I want to get this one through, man, because I think that if the listeners watch this episode, there's not that much that we need to say about it. It's brutal.
No, because this episode falls into the sort of trap of okay, well, now it's a hostage situation, and there's only so many ways that can go, and there's only so many ways to talk about it, and it's a hostage situation for the whole episode.
Yeah, and it's different than most. This one kind of upsets me as a hostage situation less than the other ones because it is so just. The stakes are very high in this episode.
Oh yeah,
that is not a problem. Oftentimes I kind of get pissed because the stakes don't seem that high. They're high here.
But they're not fun to talk about.
No. But here's where my conspiracy starts coming. So I was thinking about this couch being tipped on end, and I'm thinking it's a lot of work for a little payoff. It's just kind of on the destruction scale, right? You just grabbing things off shelves and throwing them on the ground. But then I'm thinking he's just an avatar of pure evil, right? That's his purpose in the show. Yeah. He is, as we were talking about, he's the worst parts of multiple different serial killers, right? He's this guy is
BTK. He's BTK. He's Ted Bundy.
We're staring into the heart of darkness. We're Colonel Kurtz, way up the river, basically, right? This is what we're staring at. And then I got thinking, William Lewis and Olivia Benson have similar numbers of letters in their name, don't they? Well, yes, they do, Josh. They both have 12.
Are we going to get into numerology?
They both have 12 letters in their name, Josh. And so then I got thinking, well, the Bill Irwin scenes always kind of play out kind of outside of the realm of the other episodes that we're watching, right? There's this kind of space where Liv's talking to Bill Irwin, and we don't ever see Bill Irwin interacting with any other characters. And so
So, well, we do. There is an episode, but he's in the holodeck, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I think is that William Lewis doesn't actually exist, right? Remember, we don't see nobody else sees him when he kills himself. I think William Lewis is a figment of Olivia Benson's, deepest id. Olivia Benson is at war with herself. She is going through this whole time being on the utmost of morality. She is Saint Olivia, but still within her, the demon prowls within her. Her father was a rapist. Her father raped her mother. She was born of demon seed. The demon lies within her, Josh. And
so this is just Brazil.
Basically, yeah, it's kind of like Brazil. Yeah, I mean, it's a
Sam Uri.
Yeah.
His name is Sam. Jonathan Pryce, his character, and then he's inside the samurai.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a complex psychodrama inside Olivia Benson's head that plays out.
Did Terry Gilliam direct this?
Yeah. Well, yeah, possibly. I mean, possibly it was directed by Alain Desnay, and it's like Last Year at Marienbad, which if you guys want to get into some weird, complex, I don't even know. Again, I don't know what's going on in that movie, and I've seen it, so I honestly don't know. But yeah, you want to get
like
into
a
that
Fellini
shit.
movie,
No, it's weirder. Than
no,
that.
I'm just like the same like.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
It is like
you sort of throw your hands up in the air and like, okay, well, this just happened to me.
So basically, the William Lewis drama is like in 8.5 when the guy is like floating above the traffic, right? He's seen Liv has seen her whole life. Kind of, as he even says to her, she sees the worst moments of all these women's lives. And she's manifesting that. The worst moments of everybody's lives that she's ever met, she's manifesting that into one nightmarish man, William Lewis, who just happens to be, the yang to her yin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Or, I mean, it's sort of, like the yin yang killer in Psych, Ali Sheedy.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guarantee there's not another SVU podcast that likened Liv and William Lewis to essentially to for shorthand Brazil.
Yeah, and I just fired up this kind of fever dream about an hour and a half ago. So it's not fully fleshed out, but yeah.
But your dissertation's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. Unfortunately, he does interact with other people, and Liv is in the room.
Yeah, and usually they die.
Yes, yeah. Not usually, almost always.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Okay, so Liv can't bargain her way out of this. Amaro roughs up the Fur Humper. Lewis killed his lawyer's dad and raped and tortured her mother, stringing her up in the closet. Then we finally, finally see Liv safe.
Well, but again,
not safe, alive.
But I wanted to say, like, when we see Claire Fisher's elderly mom, like, we hear her talking about being burned every time Liv closed her eyes to stop from having to see this old lady being raped and tortured. I don't know that it gets more fucked up than that for network television.
Nope.
I don't think it does.
No, it's not fun, but it is. It's crazy dark.
And we are also, at the same time, being treated to kind of more elder flesh than we probably needed to see.
Wait, what makes you say that? Man, this is just like these two episodes. Like, this is way more elder flesh than the last one.
Yeah. Oh God.
He is really stripping down sexagenarians in some pretty terrifying ways.
To quote the Thin Man, you can't say sexagenarian on television.
Okay, so when he's coming back to the vehicle with supplies that he's procured from the hardware store, a clear murder and disposal kit that the hardware clerk who we mentioned earlier triggers no red flags. It's sort of like at Breeding Company when former semi-acquaintance of the podcast Laura C. Hall
shout out
went into I don't know about shout out but when she went into Breeding Company to get, all of the implements required to dismember a fucking corpse in a bathtub.
Josh, I'm just having flashbacks so right now I live right across the street from a hardware store, and I have no knowledge whether any body dismember has purchased from there. But prior to this hardware store, my last two hardware stores were both fairly noted body dismember
I know what I know.
Because,
I believe that Mr. Robert Durst.
Yeah, Robert Durst shopped at my hardware store in Galveston, and Laura Hall shopped at my hardware store in Austin. Holy shit! Yeah. Yeah, so every time I'd go into Chalmers in Galveston, I'd be looking around at the saws,
the very shelves from which Robert Durst pulled
the saw with which he caught up. What was his name? Is his name Robert Moses? No, it was Moses Black. I'm sorry, Moses Black.
Yeah,
kind of merging New York City and Galveston in one person.
Yeah, and Jennifer Cave, never forget.
Yeah,
but when William Lewis comes back from getting his kill gear, he forces what looks to be Borsky vodka down her throat. I can only make out for sure the Orsky, but Borsky is a brand. Unfortunately, I cannot find a label that matches any of the Borsky bottles I was able to find online. So I looked at probably like 60 images of Borsky bottles and couldn't find one that matched. And usually with something like this, I assume that art department just created a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably they used the bottle, but they just put a new label on it, something like that. But yeah, I mean, they do change a lot, so it could be hard to track down. I mean, I know some of those, I've seen a million of them. But I liked that Cassidy had to school them on the sheer volume of beach homes on Long Island. Yeah, he's like, come on,
you know why this is? He was in the Long Island Killer movie.
Interesting.
As a detective from Nassau County or Suffolk County, one of the two.
Yeah, interesting. But yeah, obviously, Long Island, being an island, has water on all sides, and there are a lot of beaches. It's a long island with a lot of beaches.
It didn't get its name for no reason. So when Lewis kills Officer Hamilton.
Well, so first off, we see Lewis kind of jauntily driving down the road. He's listening to Ain't We Got Fun, which is a Peggy Lee song. I don't think it's the original that he's listening to, but it is.
No, it doesn't sound like it. It sounds, I don't know how it's different, but it does sound different.
It does sound different. It was weird to me. I didn't I didn't listen to too many versions to see if I could track down the right one, but it did sound like it was like a modern cover of it, but it was a little hard to tell. But he's definitely showing his old Harlan County, Kentucky roots when he's jamming that. And he really had a jaunty look on his face. It was kind of like you've seen Wages of Fear, right, Josh?
Oh, of course,
the classic film about
Henri Clouseau.
Yeah, driving
driving nitroglycerin through the Andes.
It's a classic use of how you can use editing and framing to raise tension.
It's masterclass in raising tension. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the last scene, and I won't give it away for you people that won't.
We're getting
spoilers.
so esoteric with our fucking film talk in this episode.
It's good. But the last scene, that this guy who survived is just like driving down this mountain road with not a care in the world, and that's exactly what Lewis reminded me of here. But then he gets pulled over. This cop did not have a picture of Lewis, apparently. But he's coming up to the car, and we know this. As soon as we see those lights, like we see Liv's eyes, we see Lewis. This is going south.
I assume we have the same note here because he pulls his head in a way.
And then he
shoots him in a way that it's kind of impossible to assume that the bullet is not going to exit
through
the
his
body
arm
of Hamilton and lodge in his arm. Yes.
And if it's not hitting his arm, which is where it looks like he's firing, it is splattering gore all over everything. Everything.
Yeah, because a head just exploded inside the car.
After this, he hijacks 2 more cars, and then they drive into a lovely house in what appears to be the Hamptons. That's always what I assume the Hamptons looks like. Or at least
I feel like the Hamptons are nicer,
but that's like old school Hamptons. I don't know, maybe before they all got bought out by the Logan Roys of the world. Anyways, so they pull into it, and he ties Liv up. And then he goes out to ditch the car, and he shows back up later with a bang. So he's bringing his banging into this episode, which I was happy to see.
This is the moment where he moves on from Five Crazies to bang.
Well, as he tells her, he doesn't sleep.
He brings it back that bottle opener, or whatever the fuck it
Oh,
was.
the terrifying bottle opener thing.
Like, what was... I couldn't really make out what that
I
was,
couldn't
and both
exactly
Jackie and I are like, what the fuck is that? It seems like it's a bottle opener, but I don't know. There's something more nefarious about what that is, and we're meant to know what it is.
I know.
But there are three of us who've seen this. You, me, Jack.
Yeah.
None of us know what that is.
It was not a tool that I'm familiar with. It looked like something that maybe I've seen somewhere. And we're both
pretty big tools.
Yeah. But it's not one that I have, and it's not one that like most people have, but it is terrifying looking. But like William Lewis, like Super Predator, he goes and buys all this shit from the hardware store, but he doesn't have a knife. He doesn't have a box cutter.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
Then, right as he's about to commence with the raping, we get the knock, knock, knock cleaning lady.
God, and every time you hear one of these knocks or you see that light, it's like, just like, run.
Yeah. Stay the
They've
fuck
done a
away.
very good job of establishing that that lady does not want to be there.
No. Women don't fare well when in William Lewis's company.
No.
Then we get the beautiful scene where
they go to the Thurber's house.
They're going to where the house was dumped.
Yeah,
yes.
the car.
The car was dumped. They're going to where the car was dumped. Yep.
Car number 5 or something at this point.
56. Car number 56. Now, I kind of love that the girl and her boyfriend, obviously they've got music blaring, but it's funny that they don't sense that the car is being surrounded by like every cop on Long Island.
Well, they had like a weird kind of like situation in the room with those, like, I don't know if it's like a kind of like a 4-poster with all the curtains drawn around the 4-poster. They were hot and heavy and deep into their own world, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, sadly, they were wearing more clothes. Not sadly, but unfortunately for our purposes, they were wearing more clothes than, say, the kids who were humping in Streetwise.
Yeah.
One, it's too bad that song wasn't playing.
Yeah. Come on, call back, guys.
For that to come back. Yeah. But it's too bad that they weren't more in flagrante delicto than they are here, because they're, he's probably like under shirt at this point, like under blouse groping, when a SWAT team charges in. And it's like, Jesus Christ, even teen consensual sex acts are met with a SWAT team in this universe. Like, you cannot have sex in SVU. It is not allowed.
Yeah, because either you're gonna find grannies strung up in the closet, or the SWAT team's busted down the door. It's true. They also had quite a bit of bird art in their room, which I found interesting.
You don't have a lot of bird art in your room?
A lot of bird art. Like, there was bird art all over that house. And I was thinking that maybe they were a reference to James Thurber, the author and humorist, but I didn't.
Who wrote The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I did not.
Which Stephen Conrad adapted for Ben Stiller.
Weird short story to turn into a movie, but what are you going to do?
It works. It's very good.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, at this point, Liv is tied up to a post, and she's struggling against it. And
tied up to an iron frame
wrought iron bed. Yeah. She rips. We see her struggling with it. We know she's struggling with it. We know it's not that sturdily made. It was probably made in 1905 or something.
Well, it was sturdily made because it's still around like 100 years later.
Still,
but
it's got some
presumably
play.
Its structure is compromised at this point.
There's some play in it. And she rips it off, hits Lewis in the face for the first, definitely not the last time, then hits him on the hands, then grabs the handgun. At this point, he's moving towards her. And for the sake of really everybody, and I think this is one of those rare cases when...
Yep. Oh, trust me, I've got that not pro-police brutality moment. Like,
but,
I've got that here.
But
she has personally seen him rape and torture a woman.
Yeah.
And murder multiple people.
Yeah.
In addition to being tortured herself.
And at this point, he's still a threat to her. Like I think in real life...
Is he breathing?
The real life standard operating procedure for police, now, good or bad, would be to shoot him in this case, because he's moving towards her. He is extremely dangerous, and and she has a split second to save her own life. And I think that everybody would find that justified.
Yes.
But instead...
No one wouldn't. Instead, we get her soliloquizing.
Yeah, this is definitely the Scottish play of SVUs at this point. This is the to be or not to be speech of this series. And it's dark. Get that. It's dark. It's weird.
It's dark. It's dark. It goes to a weird place. You know, she's still working through.
Yeah. And this is kind of why I think that this whole, maybe every episode of SVU post episode 24, season 14 is just Liv's internal monologue. We've completely gone. We're like
we're through the rabbit hole, buddy.
We're like Dennis Quaid inside Martin Short's head,
or through the looking glass.
Yeah, we're inner space, Josh. We're Dennis Quaid has been miniaturized and shot into Martin Short's body. That's where we are right now.
So where do you think we are in Liv right now? Are we in her butt?
Definitely in the pancreas.
Okay, cool.
So she soliloquizes whilst
she basically
Lewis
turns into insane Hamlet here, where she I guess talks herself into being a torturer herself. Though Elliot would have finished the job, which is, kind of what she's like, my partner would have known what to do. And then William Lewis comes to and says that was some sad shit. William Lewis's babysitter was kind of fucked up.
Oh, that story. Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. His dad is done doing her on the waterbed and is passed out. So she's going to come out and blow the kid she's babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that warranted the rape in front of the son, followed by a trip to Dairy Queen to celebrate. But
what do you think he got a blizzard? Do you think, or you think he got some?
No, I think he's fingers? A fucking dilly. I think he was a dilly bar dipshit.
He probably got some steak fingers, which was one of the weirdest fast food menu
wasn't
items.
At a brazier. He was in Kentucky. They don't have braziers in Kentucky.
No.
That was a straight up walk up. No. Then not in like 1988 or whatever. There wasn't a brazier in Kentucky, I'm sure.
But they had DQs in Kentucky in 1980.
Yeah, they had DQ, but not a brazier. There's a line of demarcation between a DQ and a DQ brazier. The braziers have the grill. The normal DQ would just have ice cream.
Oh, well, see, my experience with DQ is in Texas, and in Texas you can generally get the full menu items
almost everywhere. But no, that's a later. The brazier with the food with the chicken fingers and all that shit. That wasn't. That was there. They're still in Minnesota. There are multiple Dairy Queens that you can't get.
Interesting.
That you would not be able to get like food at. You could just get ice cream.
Nice. Interesting. Well, this is the kind of content that you get on Munch by Benson, or you don't get anywhere else.
Yeah. Fucking pedantic arguments about Dairy Queen and that there are two different kinds of Dairy Queens. There's the brazier and there's the fucking full-on Dairy Queen. Or there's the brazier with the grill and the Dairy Queen without.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and then Liv gives into the dark side, right? She goes full Luke Skywalker. And
she has the upper hand for like 10 minutes of screen time and misplays this as badly as possible.
Well, because again, I think that this is not about William Lewis. This is about Benson, right?
I get that she needs catharsis here, but just fucking plug him in the chest with 3 bullets and be done with it.
Yeah, just hit, like, the gun was pointed at his forehead. Just like
pull
that
the fucking trigger.
Yeah.
Again, we are not a pro-police brutality podcast, but this guy, motherfucker is like...
The thing is, after this episode...
You've seen this asshole kill people.
This guy kills like 10 more people. Like, at least. I didn't even do the body count, but it's a lot.
Yeah, we counted it back. Go back and listen to episode 89 or 90. We did the count.
It was hard for us to count because he kills so many of them.
Yes. Her not killing him right here is directly responsible for like fucking, I don't know, 12 more people dying.
Yeah. And, nearly ending her police career also. But, which maybe after this, she probably should have retired. This would have been a time to do something else for most people.
So obviously she, fucking deafens him in an ear and fucking beats him with a bar, but doesn't kill him.
And she cry beats him too. It is some primal scream shit. She is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's like murder baiting right here.
Yeah. She is like.
With an iron bar.
She is like those like Cro-Magnon men summoning the Monolith in 2001.
Yeah.
She is communing with
she's
her animal essence.
I think it's just she's summoning the Monolith right here. And that is meant to sound disgusting. She is summoning the Monolith. Cassidy takes her to his place. Mm-hmm. She's getting a long vacation.
Yeah.
Then she starts cutting her own hair. And my question here is she cutting her own hair because she's beside herself with the notion of crashing at Cassidy's? Is this New Start, or is this coming to terms with crashing at Cassidy's place? Because she doesn't go back to her place for 2 months.
So I feel like when they're leaving the office, right? Cassidy definitely cares for her. I don't think that's in dispute.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't love him, but he loves her. She is the love of his life.
Yeah. But Cassidy realizes that, this isn't going to work. She's going to stay with me, but it's over, isn't it? Like, you can see it on his face.
Because of how he lives there.
Yeah. The thing is...
Not because he doesn't love her, but because I think anyone who's watched the show can kind of divine what Cassidy's apartment would be like. Yeah.
But also, we can also assume that Liv, didn't pick up the bath mat in the bathroom to make an easier cleanup job for her hair, because she knows that it's already covered with his body hair, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. There's already there's pube corners in every room,
It's pube drifts,
Okay, now I think we're ready to rate this.
Yeah. So obviously, of course, guys, we rank these episodes every week. We have a rigorous 4 criteria scale on which we judge these. We're judging the quality, that's overall quality, the quality of the guests, how problematic the episode was. And oftentimes we're looking for something that's kind of fun and goofy, but then also twisted and bizarre. Mm-hmm. And then finally, the depth and breadth of lives ruined. Now, I guess let's go backwards because, the first one is an easy 10, right? This is an easy 10.
Yeah, inarguable. No question.
The main character of the show is
traumatized permanently.
Basically broken by the sequence of this episode.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, this almost breaks this scale because this is
at this point, and from this point forward,
this is the
inarguable, the show is about her. It's the Liv show.
Yeah.
And
this
is the worst she's been ever.
Josh, we need to go back. We need to not do this ranking quite yet. Because we didn't talk about what Lewis drags out of Liv mid-torture. Because when he's asking her, because he's building up that this is going to be the last, this is the last experience of her life, being tortured on this bed before Lewis rapes and then murders her.
Oh yeah, where she's sort of playing into his fantasies.
No, but he digs out he asks her, "Is it your boyfriend?" No, it's not the boyfriend. It's not the dad. It's not the mom. The last person that she's going to think about, and we are led to believe it's Elliot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a major moment for the show, right? That's a huge piece of the Liv.
Sure,
the belly
but with only because he came back, though. If he hadn't come back, that would have been just another thing that faded into the fucking into the background.
Yeah, but I'm sure
since he came back, now it's sort of
people watching organized crime are probably well aware of this. But
I've seen all of organized crime. Yeah. This second season's been a mess.
Okay, but still, what is that? That's now 2 shows and 9 seasons of SVU that are kind of
there's that.
That are kind of built on this moment. Anyways, minor aside.
No, it's important. It's important to talk about, but minor aside.
I needed to bring it up because it is like a big
because
deal.
we had not talked.
Yeah,
about it.
we had not talked about it. And I didn't mention it in the notes.
It's pretty seminal.
Yeah,
it's pretty seminal to the like.
To the arc of
to the entirety of the show
of Olivia Benson's character, it's
and to the essence of SVU.
Yeah. So okay, back to the rankings. Problematic.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you not give this a 10? Also,
it's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, but
there's about 10 seconds of fun in this episode.
Yeah, the coffee shit. And the teens.
No, yeah, the coffee shit.
The teens
and
the coffee shit.
And wondering how the pizza boy folded like a slice of pizza.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah. But everything else is brutal and awful and visceral.
But very I mean, this is seriously like, you said it before, but this is like as dark as fucking network television gets. Yeah. You know, unless you're talking about like fucking Hannibal or something.
Yeah. But when Lewis is force feeding her vodka,
certainly as dark as procedural TV gets.
Yeah, when he's force feeding her vodka and then like pouring out the water after giving her one sip and then making out with her when she's got the duct tape on, it's awful. It's awful to watch that shit.
The spit wipe?
It's awful.
The spit wipe and lick is the most... I mean, we see horrible things, but that is the most disgusting fucking thing we see in this episode. And, I mean, we're looking at that like with like the sandwich handling of Beverly D'Angelo with Pandemic Eyes. Yeah. But... Still, gross. There's we're not even really talking about the germs. We're talking like it's a visceral, like a viscous loogie basically on his cheek that he takes with his fingers and fucking wipes in a take. Yeah. Like, it is disgusting.
Josh, I've seen pornography and I've never seen anybody in pornography do something that like vile and lewd. So I think this
But I'm broken.
I'm just kidding. I think this is another 10.
I mean, I think so.
We're not even like elder flesh doesn't even rank in this, right? Like that is like
no, it does.
I mean, it
still does.
The fact that Olivia Benson's cell phone is found inside the coat fucker's coat, like
I was hoping you were going to say inside.
It was in a pocket of the coat that he had been fucking.
It was inside the pocket of a fucked coat.
Yeah, it was. That's and okay, that was kind of fun. But
it was inside the pocket of a fucked fur.
So okay, another 10. Now guess. Obviously, everything.
I think this is down to an 8, right?
But it's leaning on Schreiber completely, and Schreiber is very good.
He delivers. I think he was better in the last one. Mm-hmm. I just want to make. I guess I just want to establish that. I think he's better in the first of these two.
I think he's
doing a lot more here.
He has more in a sense.
Or he's got more screen time. There's more dedicated to him.
Yeah. There's more time but less range, right? More time, less range, I guess.
Yeah.
But he is terrifying, and he does kind of like one is afraid of this guy. Now the 10s, I don't think it's a 10. And again, we kind of talked about some of these. Like 10s we give to either where they have lots of people doing great work, like for instance, Wet, which was
where everyone was really nailing it.
Everybody's nailing it, and it's tons of fun, and they're really good. Or Possessed, which was a 10. So
where you have everyone kind of nailing it, and we're not talking about like a next level performance like we saw in.
Yeah, it's different now with the Stephen Ray. Like thinking about Stephen Ray,
and the Stephen Ray one is what I was looking for.
Yeah, or the Mahershala Ali one. I don't remember.
But we're not talking about Solitary, where it was Stephen Ray was
really. On a next
seriously
level.
Still like the best actor we've seen in an episode of this, or best performance.
I'm sorry, Josh,
in an episode of the show.
We've both seen the one. We've both seen the David Eigenberg episode, Josh. Just kidding. But yeah, so I mean, it's not like a crazy stunt cast episode. It's not like Fred Savage or something, raping our childhoods. So it is really good. it's not taking away from Pablo Schreiber that it's not like quite as good as Stephen Ray's performance.
But there's not as much.
Yeah.
You know?
And partly that's like Stephen Ray's, I don't know. He's making a character out of nothing almost in that one.
Oh,
and
yeah. It's seriously, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like what he is doing is, I mean, you understand immediately how he would have been nominated for Best Actor.
Yeah.
You know? Like he's just fucking great.
Yeah. And The Crying Game is a
it's so
it's
fucking
a good movie. Yeah, it's. I mean, don't worry about the. This
isn't like a bullshit Best Actor nomination. No, he
really
absolutely earned that Best Actor nomination.
The spoiler in it is dumb, right? But the thing that everybody was aghast at back when it came out.
But that happens at like minute fucking 35.
Exactly,
you know?
exactly.
Like,
that's not what the movie's about. It's a very good movie.
Seriously, watch it. It's so good.
Yeah, it's great. Now. Okay, so we give it 8 to guess, and I think deservedly so. Now, quality, this was kind of weird because it's not fun at all. No. It's one of the bleakest.
Honestly, I only watched it once on purpose because I've watched it twice, or I've watched it, like 2 or 3 months ago, and
it's about the bleakest road you can go down, and be in like network television and be in SVU, right? Where the police are still good guys, and most of the time the bad guys get caught, right? It's really bleak and brutal and hard to watch.
You're rooting for a police officer to extrajudicially kill someone.
Yes,
and she doesn't.
Inarguably, no, she doesn't. Which is kind of I guess for the show, it's a good choice because it allows them to bring him back. But I think it was a bad choice because I don't like those episodes as much as I liked this or the episode preceding this one.
Sure.
I thought these were definitely the strongest too. I don't know. I don't know how to give this one a bad mark.
This is its lowest mark for sure. I think this is probably, what did we give the last?
We gave the last one a 7, and I think this one is all in all like stronger in some ways because so this is the one time we've seen the hostage situation where it didn't feel like it had low stakes, right? Because
every other time it's like, this doesn't mean anything. This is stupid.
And this one, it really means something. This is like the rare time when they actually.
Every other time it's just happenstance that it even happens.
Yeah,
this is.
And just in general with this show, like it's very hard to do a weekly procedural where you have high stakes for main characters, right? Like even when Dodds died, right? Like. It's relatively low stakes because we already knew he's leaving and he wasn't a main cast member anyways, but it's a totally different level when it's Benson and this is happening to Benson where we know that like everything that she holds dear is being put to question in this and
put to the test.
Yeah. I don't know that we can give it much lower than a 7. Again, it has no fun, but it is like is very
my
effective.
inclination is to say 6, but I think.
I mean, again, like
I think 7's defensible
because I'm like the way I think about it. Everything that happens after this is kind of a reflection of what happened in this episode, right? Like, Bill Irwin is. I mean, he's going to be written out after he's in like 50 episodes, like O'Halloran was,
It's fewer than that, but
he's in a lot.
He's in a lot. I would guess it's like 16. I'm looking it up right now, but I would guess
it's
like
more than it's like 15 or
16.
Yeah,
I was actually exactly right.
Nice.
Kind of shocking to me.
Nice. But still, that's a lot for a therapist.
Yeah.
So that's kind of makes this one a big deal.
I think you're right. I think it's a 7.
I mean, and it's not
as much as it pains me to give this as high a score as we are.
Yeah, and so in the last one, I think you can give it a knock because what it's the kind of fun that it has through part of it, it does drag when it gets to the court scene, right? And this one, it didn't need to have that weird like Macbethian monologue at the end, but
the weird thing is though that's not the end.
I know.
That's like minute 32.
I know. It goes on for a while. But there is like a lot of tension that builds throughout this. And it's resolved in such a way that, you don't feel like it's over until you see some little kid talking to a fake Disney character in Times Square, and you go, wait, I'm watching a different episode.
Oh, God.
But that gives it overall an 8.75, which
is very high.
Which is easily the highest, like, last part of a parter.
It almost never. They almost always.
They almost always get pretty bad.
Do
scores.
the opposite of sticking the landing.
Exactly.
Eat shit on the landing.
Yeah. So that
befoul themselves in an embarrassing way.
Yeah, and you can tell. I mean, you can tell that they were probably planning this the whole season, or at least I don't know the ins and outs of who was running the show at this time, but this is definitely like Warren Light and Julie Martin putting the kind of stamp of like, this is Benson's show, and this is how we're going to do it.
You know, they penned 3 straight episodes.
Yeah.
These 2 and then the fucking next one.
Yeah. So that makes it what? That is the 4th highest rated episode that we've watched. And
I don't know how I feel about that.
But
I know.
In a way, it can't not be, because it is so important. You know, this is the rare episode that is important.
Yeah, it's important, but not. I never want to see this episode of SVU.
Yeah, and sometimes there are movies like that I never need to watch. I'm trying to think of
12 Years a Slave again.
Yeah, that's a good example. That's one that you don't want to watch again. I don't need to watch 100. What is it? Sallow. I don't need to watch.
Why wouldn't you want to watch that again?
I don't need to watch Cannibal
Requiem
Holocaust.
for a Dream.
Yeah, I don't need to watch Requiem for a Dream. Cannibal
You don't
Holocaust.
want to see the double-sided dildo. You don't want to see that scene again?
Oh, that was a heartwarming scene. I don't need to watch like the villagers spitted like a pig in Cannibal Holocaust again. There's some things that I don't need to see. But it's right behind the interestingly enough, Undercover, close enough to see Dick Mole, which is kind of gets there in a similar way, is just above this one. Above that is Hooked. Obviously, Hayden Panettiere was in the news recently, Josh. She and her beau got in a bar fight.
Well, she's also in the news because her ex-husband is one of the Klitschkos.
Okay, so obviously number 1, With a Bullet. And the one I think Hooked was amazing. Hooked was amazing and tons of fun. But Possessed...
You know what it wasn't?
It wasn't Possessed. Possessed has all that and then some. And
then even more.
And Possessed is one... I could just go back and just watch individual scenes.
I could watch it again right now.
Yeah, I could just watch, I'm feeling like a Devin Ratray mood today. I want to watch Buzz McAllister coo as he paws at a child's photograph. At this point, guys, we again don't need to roll the randomizer because...
Though this one makes no sense as to why.
Yeah, because it would be very weird to not watch the one that... Like there's no break. It just immediately rolls into
None
the next
whatsoever.
one.
If we were to wait for this one to pop up on the randomizer, you would have to fast forward 43 minutes into an episode of television to get to this one.
Yeah, and as you're fast forwarding, you're going to see Liv sweating in handcuffs with blood all over her face.
Nothing fun to fast forward through. So we are watching for next week, season 15, episode 2, picking up where the 2 months later, picks up. So, this is called Imprisoned Lives.
Yep.
A young boy is abandoned in Times Square and leads the detectives to the house where his family lives. Inside, they find a locked basement where more victims await rescue and work to solve decades-old cold cases. Sure.
Yeah, it's Cold Case. Episode of Cold Case.
Yep, it's an episode of television, that is for sure. But it's an episode of television that's exceedingly hard to watch on its own, so hopefully you either kept watching or just paused it at this moment.
I have not seen this. I do see that there's...
Michael Massey is sort of... Yeah. Michael Massey's in it, and then Agatha Nowicki, who was I know that. Agatha Nowicki, who was the cowed sister in the spoon fucking.
Yeah, that's how I know her name. Yeah, she's the one who was. Yeah,
we just watched it. That was the second Jeremy Irons episode that we watched.
A Totem was the name of the SVU episode.
You've resorted it, and
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Here.
Yeah. Anyway,
that was episode 96 of Munch My Benson. You could make the pant legs 10 feet wide, and you'd still see those cheeks cutting through the fabric. Season 12,
and in
episode
some
20.
edits, you'd still see those ass cheeks cutting through the fabric.
In reference
on the website,
obviously,
but we had to cut out ass
to Christopher Maloney's incredibly chiseled physique.
Sweet cheeks. Yeah. So that's what we're doing next week. As always, please rate and review the podcast.
Please, anywhere you can do that. There's almost all of them allow you to do that now. And everywhere you can do that, it really helps us out.
Yep. Support indie podcasts as well.
Yeah.
Listen to Chicklet Pod and Fuck My Work Life.
Yeah.
And Chat Smash or Neatcast or whoever, just support indie podcasts in general.
If you're looking for a good way to find those, Good Pods, which is a good platform for listening to podcasts, makes it a lot easier to find non-major podcast network.
So much easier.
Shows.
And we're rated we're routinely top 5 and usually like top 1 or 2. Though it feels like some of you have been snoozing in rating us. Now we're like kind of firmly number 2, and the numbers have fallen a little bit. But anyway, of the TV review podcasts, we're usually top 5. Yeah. We're often, top 100 overall, which is kind of weird for something as niche as this weird goddamn podcast is.
But where else are you going to hear obscure facts about Dairy Queen and information about Last Year at Marienbad? Which, again, if you guys want to see some arty bullshit, find that movie.
But don't watch The French Dispatch, because that is arty bullshit.
No. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, guys.
Follow us on the socials.
Yes.
We're Munch My Benson on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Subscribe to our Patreon if you are a dedicated listener and want to hear 20 minutes of weird film talk that Adam and I had that will likely get cut out on the edit for the general public.
No, very little of it will, Josh. Just kidding.
But yeah, so we're at like an hour 35 and there will be music and shit cut in, and I'm guessing Adam gets us down to at least an hour 20.
I could probably get there. That seems fair. Now, normally we would read out the names of new patrons if we have them. Of course, since we
recorded this like a minute later. Yeah. So,
but thank you to
the patrons are the same to our 9 patrons.
Yeah. You want to read their names? The 9 pillars of Munchdom.
I'll read them one more time just for, good measure. Let me get back to that page real quick. So we've got J-Bone, Jack.
She's not on camera, though.
Not on camera, though. Pedro, Amy. Jackie, you're not Amy. Emily, Nikki, Louise, Whitney. And then I don't want to take an attempt at pronouncing your last name because I know I'm going to fuck it up. But D, initial. And then it's not Redbubble because there's lots of letters from Redbubble missing, but Redouble? Redouble your efforts. I'm sorry.
We'll redouble our efforts to get better at pronunciation.
Yes.
But those not... So the rest of you have missed out on being one of the, iconic 9 original patrons.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of you can still join in on the fun. And there is some fun content. We're watching movies once a month. We're doing a movie series. They're a little bit kind of...
I think the next one will be Ghoulies, which will probably drop around... Actually, it'll probably already have been dropped at this point. Let me just double check the date. 4/21, and this drops on...
This is 5/2.
Yeah,
so this is way
Ghoulies will have dropped about a week and a half ago.
But another... This one was a intense Mariska performance. Ghoulies is a slightly different Mariska performance, but also a Mariska
One might say very
performance.
different. But yeah, that one will be fun. That one's readily available on Hulu. We're trying to keep the movie club entries as widely available as possible, on at least one of the commonly held streaming subscriptions.
Yeah.
Because we don't really want people to have to pay more to watch, pay someone else, especially pay someone else more money to watch a movie, to watch for this podcast that they're already, paying a very modest sum for.
Now, obviously, there's a lot of them that we're kind of keeping our eyes on hoping that they will go into that free zone, but we have a list.
We very much want to do Surviving the Game,
exactly,
or Ricochet, like, for instance, or New Jack City.
Yeah.
We want Frozen River, Jocks, The New Kids. We have our eyes on all of these, and we really want to do them. We're just waiting for them to present themselves.
Exactly.
Or,
if some events in Munch by Benson force our hand. Yeah. So as good as Lucy, what was it? Lucy Martin? Was that her name? No.
Yeah, Lucy Martin. As good as she was as two neighbors.
As two neighbors. She didn't have a huge role in either of those episodes.
Yeah. So she's also not got a huge role in The New Kids, which we very much want to watch. Yeah. But we've also got Eric Stoltz, who is a guest in the future, that if he pulls the trigger on that, like if we hit that in the next 5 episodes, then that would be the next one probably.
Jeff Bezos.
Or maybe it's going to be...
If you're listening to the podcast with your algorithms, put The New Kids on Amazon Prime streaming, for free with a membership. It's right up the alley of your catalog. Probably wouldn't cost you very much.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
Bezos.
But guys, I think at this point it's time to get out there and start munching.
Hey, Cheap Cheeks, you haven't paid your coffee kitty dues since March.
I don't drink coffee.
The unis see that as bad for morale, a detective not putting in.
Seriously? All right. Here's a 10. A 20?
Please, don't make me beg. It's beneath my dignity.
All right, fine. 30.
Today you were a man. I thought you didn't drink coffee.
Well, I'm paying for it. I'm taking it. Yo, Munchy Munch.
Brian, flowers, you didn't have to.
Dream on, pal.